Welcome to Smell of Page. The Treasure Box, written by Sarojini Sinha. Chapter 5. The streets were deserted. Many houses were empty. Govind's lips curled in contempt at the cowardice of those who had fled. He gave a shotgun the medicines and told him how to use them. My father is in Aligarh, otherwise he would have attended to Abdul. Govind got astride his horse, which had been fed and watered, and rode towards Kashmiri Gate, then to the civil lines and finally to the ridge. Signs of the previous day's fighting could be seen everywhere. He felt sad at the loss of many lives, Indian, British, and the destruction of so much property. How much wonderful it would be, he thought, if people could live in peace without hating each other and coveting what didn't belong to them. Anyway, he consoled himself as he rode homewards. It's only a matter of time before the foreigners are thrown out. Back home, Rukmini saw his horse and exclaimed, "Where did you get that, Govind?" When he told her, she was very upset and said, "Govind, you will land yourself in prison for stealing that horse. I brought you up to be a good and honest boy, and you do this." Govind was saved from replying by a knock on the door. A messenger had brought a letter from Ayodhya Prasad. It was addressed to him. "Govind, my eldest son, may God bless you and your brothers and sisters. Greetings to your mother. I'm at Aligarh. From here I will go to Kanpur. A few days ago, an important man in the court of the Maharaja of Bittur invited me to Kanpur. My services are needed there. I know the British will not accept defeat easily, and it will be a long and tough fight. So I will not be able to return home soon. In the circumstances, it is best that all of you go to Bulandshahr to your Mama Ganga Prasad's house. Delhi will be the scene of fighting, and you had better keep out of harm's way. Your mother should take with her all the jewelry and valuables. My best wishes to all of you. Your loving father, Ayodhya Prasad." Rukmini said immediately, "I shall not leave Delhi. I shall wait here for your father to return." And so they stayed on in Delhi, adapting themselves to the rapidly changing lifestyle. Many goods and articles of daily use were not available. The once busy streets were silent and deserted at night. People did not dare leave their houses. Most of the servants had left. In Govind's house, instead of the cook, the general servants, the maid servants for household work and washing, the planquin bearers and the sizes, only 2 servants besides Bola were left. Every day, Govind took medicines to Abdul's house. He kept his horse there because Rukmini would not have him in the stables at home. When Abdul was well enough to sit up, he asked Govind, "Do you have a gun?" "No," Govind replied. "I shall give you one. There are looters everywhere, and you should have a gun to protect life and property." Abdul fetched a gun and some cartridges and showed Govind how to use them. "Mind you," said Abdul, "you don't know how to shoot straight, but you should be able to frighten away the looters with it." Govind did not want to scare the people at home, so he hid the gun in his room upstairs. One night there was a lot of shouting outside and then a loud knock on the front door. They looked out of a window and saw a wild-looking man armed with swords and lathis. "Looters!" Govind exclaimed. He ordered Bola and 11-year-old Jagannath, as well as the 2 servants, to stand at the window so that the looters would see them and think the house was full of men. Then Govind pointed the gun at looters and shouted, "I will shoot you if you don't leave immediately." The looters were taken aback and disappeared into the darkness. Govind felt weak with relief. Rukmini was too upset and even to ask Govind where he got the gun from. "We must leave Delhi at once," she insisted. "I have to think of the children's safety. Please arrange for some bullock carts or tangas." "Whatever is available, Govind." Govind and Bola went round the city looking for them, but there were only a few available and their owners quoted exorbitant rates. Rukmini had the household goods and furniture removed to the store for safety. The house already looked bare. She put the jewelry and valuables into little bags and packed some clothes and linen. As soon as Govind managed to hire 5 bullock carts, they were ready to go. Yet they were afraid of leaving Delhi. The roads were no longer safe and traveling was difficult and risky. They heaved a sigh of relief when Ganga Prasad came with 5 sturdy men to escort his sister and her children to Bulandshahr. Govind had fever the day Ganga Prasad arrived. The next day, a rising temperature and splitting headache confined him to bed. By evening, a red rash covered his body. He was suffering from measles and Rukmini was frantic. "It's the will of Goddess Sheetla Mata. We will have to postpone our departure until you are well again, Govind." But Ganga Prasad was not prepared to wait. "Now, Rukmini," he urged, "you and the children must leave with me tomorrow morning. I can't afford to stay here. My family needs me in Bulandshahr." "But what about Govind? He will recover in 4 nights or so, and then he can follow us to Bulandshahr. Bola can look after him." Rukmini did not like the idea of leaving Govind behind, but Ganga Prasad brushed aside her objections. "Govind is old enough to manage on his own. He will come as soon as he recovers." Before leaving, Rukmini gave Govind and Bola strict instruction. "When the rash and fever are gone, you must go to the temple of Sheetla Mata. Govind, pray to the goddess and make an offering of red flowers, red cloth, sweets and coconut." "Yes, Amma," Govind nodded. "Take a lot of rest and eat light food." Govind nodded again. "Come on, Rukmini, it's getting late," Ganga Prasad said impatiently. Govind knew what to do. Rukmini and the children got into the bullock carts and left amidst the jingle of bells.